Hey, we got to quit messing around and we got to get to work. Hey, funny story about putting these boat seats in. I went to use my drill. Of course the battery was dead, they always are. So I plugged it in for about an hour. Thought, hey, that ought to be plenty enough to do 2 holes, right? Just to put the seats in? No, was not. Battery ran down, so I ran next door to Dad's house and borrowed one from him. And he said, oh, by the way, son, if that battery don't hold up, I've got one out in the shed that will work. So I come back down here, start it up. This one works about 10 minutes. Actually, no, it didn't even work that long. We got 1 hole drilled, but it was dead for the 2nd hole. So I have to go back up there and get another battery. Yeah, it was a mess. Hey, but we got them drilled. Just took, you know, 3 batteries and 2 drills. That's all. It worked out. And I can attest that these modifications did work out, because I have since used the boat and everything worked fine except for one little issue that I had. I think that back seat is a little bit too far back, because when I'm running the trolling motor on the transom, the tiller keeps hitting the back of the seat. Now I can adjust the height of the trolling motor and fixes the issue a little bit, but yeah, afraid I've got it too far back. Even though I did center everything, I measured and centered and got everything where it should be, but I think it's just a little bit off. I also wished I'd have put some washers under these lag bolts, but you know, I didn't, because I didn't have any and I wanted to get it done. But looking back, I wished I would have. Taking the screws out so we can fit the seat to the Lazy Susan or the pedestal. And you want to make sure that you when you put the pedestal on, that there's a little arrow on the pedestal that says front. Make sure that goes to the front of the seat or the front of the boat, not to the back. As you can see right here, front of the seat, and there's the arrow pointing to the front. Make sure you do that, or your seat ain't gonna work right. Got everything siliconed up after we got everything together. And I do go back later and tighten these screws up a little bit tighter. It was just kind of hard to use the screw gun and the phone in my hand at the same time. So after I snug them down just for you and the world to see, I do come back and hit them again, get them a little bit tighter. But yeah, one pedestal on, and we're going to the back. I still got to find a, I'll show you in just a second what I'm talking about. Looks pretty good. I'm liking it right there. Like I said, I just wished I'd have moved it a little bit, either left or right, or maybe a little further forward. I don't know. We can still move it. I just don't want to drill another hole in the boat and have a useless hole over there, you know, just for what, I don't know. You know what I'm saying. I'm just not, I think it might be all right. And I will have to say that the styrofoam, as you can see here, I've got silicone over the bolt heads now too. Silicone all around the plate. But drilling holes in that boat, styrofoam and plastic was everywhere. So when we got finished with this little project, we had to, before we put it in the lake, we had to take the shop vac and clean everything out. But hey, she rotates. She does what she's supposed to do, and like I said, I can attest that I have had it on the lake since I made this video, and it held me up just fine. Everything worked out, comfortable. Still got to have a top, because it was hot out there today chasing the shade trees. Look, it's 2 drills. Also, put these cleats on and got us another anchor, a little 10-pound anchor for the back to go along with the 5-pound anchor in the front. There you can see the mess in the back in the boat from the styrofoam stuff from drilling those holes. And if you come up here to the front, you can see I put a cleat up here. And since then, it's not just tied to the cleat. I've actually got a carabiner on there, like on the back. But this way, the anchor was tied to the front of the boat up underneath, and it was hard for Kim when we were getting ready to raise anchor, for her to lean up there forward and pull that anchor up and all that. It was kind of a pain in the butt. So this, and it wasn't safe. And so now you can see right there where it used to be tied right there. Now it's in a little bit better, safer place, I think. But yeah, there we go. Job well done. You know what I'm saying? Job well done. Probably not the way you would have done it, but it's the way it got done, and it worked. Now let's go to our next project. Now I just want to go ahead and say that I apologize for the lighting and the mess you're seeing, but hey, this is everyday life here on the farm. We have to do this about every 3 to 4 months, and that's changed the hot water element in the hot water heater. This thing needs replaced, but you know, we'd have to replumb a new one, I'm afraid, and I'm just really not wanting to tackle that project yet. But make sure before you do tackle this project that you first turn your breaker off, second, turn your water off, third, let it start draining as you're going to work that day, and then wait 10 hours till you get home before you try to crack this thing open, or else you're going to get water all over the place. And that way your wife will be good and hot the time you get home, that she ain't had water all day. You know what I'm saying? That's usually the way it works. No, she's usually not hot. She understands, but it is aggravating not having water all day long. But when it breaks down on a Sunday, that's just, you know, how it goes. That means Monday you ain't gonna have no water. Then you take this big old socket and this big old wrench, and you can just back that thing right out of there. Sometimes it's a little iffy and you have to work with it. And sometimes you can see all the lime that's built up on that thing. Sometimes they're hard to get out of there, especially if they've broken in half and, you know, made a right angle in there. They're not easy to pull out. But yeah, this one here is shot, kaput. Now I've actually seen them in worse shape than this, but it was not working. No hot water, you know what I'm saying? It was kaput. So now, before you put your new one in, you want to break out the old shop vac. And I've modified me a little rubber hose that I put over the end of my shop vac. And I just steady suck the lime out of there, you know what I mean? You just work it, work it, work it. Just keep working it, get as much stuff out of there as you possibly can. Try to keep your hose from getting blogged up. Blogged up? Is that a word? Blocked up. Clogged and blocked at the same time as blobbed up. Yeah, that makes sense. Now we're ready for our new one. Pretty nice and shiny. It won't be for long, I can promise you that. And then once you get that thing in there and you get her tightened down, make sure you turn your valve back off over there on the side so your water doesn't run out of your tank. And then you can turn your water back on and let it start filling back up. And I would say to wait a good 30 minutes. I mean, depending on the size of your tank, but wait a good 30 minutes before you turn your breaker back on. You want to let that tank fill back up real good before you flip your breaker on and shoot a little power to your heating element. You certainly want to make sure it's covered in water. And if your heater's like this one, you've got a heating element in the bottom and a heating element in the top. Of course, it wouldn't take long for water to cover the one on the bottom, but it will take a little longer for your tank to fill up to cover the one at the top. And in case you're wondering, if you do have two heating elements, usually the one at the top does not go out. It's always usually the one at the bottom. The reason for that is because all the lime, of course, settles on the bottom. I realize it's hard for you to see in this video kind of what I'm doing, but you know what? It was also hard for me to see in there. Yep. Down on my knees in the corner of a closet. Not easy. So we're wired up. Oh, no, sorry, we got one more wire there. What are you doing? Let me see what you're doing. What are you doing? Oh, you done tore it up. Hey, you done tore up the fountain. That ain't good. What are you doing? Did you not like the fountain? You got your water all messy. You got your water all messy. It's okay, man. See how funny that is? Look how fun that would be. Yeah, it'd be fun to get in there with that. Oh man, that'd be fun. Look at that. Yeah, that'd be fun. Hey, hi, how you doing? Hey, probably not going to give too much of a garden update this week. For one thing, it's 103 degrees in the shade today, I think. It's pretty hot. Look at all them hollyhocks yet to bloom. But yeah, we've got some blooming. Pretty and pink. Pretty and pink. I don't know if we'll get any other colors or not, but definitely some pretty and pink. Let's see what we got over here. And I need to get over here and pick some of these peppers. We pulled the peas down, or Master Gardener pulled the peas down. And we put some cucumbers. We planted some cucumbers, so you know we might get to be a professional pickle picker before too long. You never know. You just never know. We're for sure going to be picking some tomatoes. I mean, it's going to be a little while, but mercy, we've got them everywhere. And that's a good thing. Woo-wee. Took the two rowdy canines down to the creek, let them run around. They had a good time. I've been busy. I've been busy, and I'm going to get busier because, dryer's broke. It's been broke for a few days now, by the way. But when somebody ordered the parts, I guess they didn't look at the shipping date. You know, it just said arriving Monday, and I thought, hey, of course it was Saturday, last Saturday when it broke. And turns out it's Monday, June 7th. So, yeah, we got a couple, 2 or 3 more days. So if you see any clothes hanging on the lines out in the video, that's why. Dryer's broke. Still got some tomatoes hidden in there too. We got some big ones growing over here though. Look at these monsters. Not sure what those are going to be, because I think those were the accident tomatoes. But they are coming on. The big ones are staying pretty low though. Yeah, the big ones are staying pretty low. And then we've got these over here, which I think are chocolate sprinkles. I don't know. They grow funny though, kind of neat. See how those little bitty vines and all them little bitty, now they're going to be, I guess, a grape tomato, but a dark, like a little, think of a little Cherokee purple, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be. A little bit bigger than a Tommy toe, or a cherry tomato, as some people call them, but a little bit bigger than those, but hopefully have a good taste, like a, you know, like a tomato should taste. Cherokee purple. That's, you know, best tasting tomato. So I believe this is that sweet pickle pepper. And it's doing a little something. I think those have to get, I believe she said orange when they're ripe. I think she looked those up and I think they get orange. Here's another one right here. I think it was bright yellow. Now they're yellow right now, kind of a greenish yellow still though. This thing here's loaded. It likes that little pot it's in for sure. Which is odd, because usually most plants will do better in the ground than they do on the pot. Now this one is the some kind of blue. I'm not sure. Dad gave me this one, and it's supposed to be pretty hot. But I don't know if it's ripe yet. I'm not scared of it. I would take a bite of it, you know what I mean? But I've got like 3 on there. 3 or 4 on there now that are still purple. But when they showed up, they were purple. So does purple mean green? I don't know, because I don't know the name of it. I can't look it up to see. I can't look it up to see exactly, you know, what it's supposed to look like when it's ripe. Does that make sense? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, what I was getting back to is dryer's broke. Got to work on that. Of course, I don't know if you've seen it yet or if you will see it, but of course we had the hot water heater go out. Had to replace the heating element on that. Got the boat seats in. Trying to think, was there something else? Oh yeah, we got a little swimming pool. It's kind of dirty right now. Not crazy about the sprinkler that I put in there, the little fountain. He's not about getting sprayed too much. He likes to play in the water. Not so much likes getting sprayed. Yeah, he's not into that too much. But other than that, it's been a pretty busy week. Went fishing this morning. Didn't get up as early as I wanted to, and it got hot earlier than I wanted it to. So spent most of the morning in the boat chasing shade trees, and it wasn't great. I think we caught like 2 or 3 little fish, and we ended up throwing them back for the simple reason that I was tired of. I felt like I was working. You know what I mean? I was working more than fishing and having fun. I was working. I was having to find the shade, and then it wasn't fun. Today wasn't too fun as far as fishing goes. We'll have to try again sometime when it's, I'd say get up earlier when it's cooler, but look, it wasn't as early as I wanted it, but it was early enough and it was still hot. You know what I mean? But there was a bunch of people out there sweating, I guess, because it was It was pretty full. Pretty full. Little Cheetos. Hashishito. Hashito. But other than that, that's about all I got for this week as far as video goes. When my parts get here for the dryer, I may have to film that. I don't know. Is that good quality content? I doubt it. I don't know. Whew. I'm gonna have to do something with this, the flags here. Keep covering up my solar deal, making my little fountain down here not percolate like it should. And I need to do some watering. Right now. So I reckon when we're gonna go, folks, we're gonna get out of here and probably catch you guys next week sometime, next weekend maybe. Hey, I hope y'all enjoyed your time here at Little Nuts Farm. We're gonna go. I hope God keeps and blesses you. I hope you'll like, share, comment. Enjoy the videos. That's what they're here for. We'll catch you guys in the next one.